Hola muchachos. Now we're going to talk about los posesivos, the possessives. Those are like saying my book, your car, our dog. We're going to learn how to do with the possessives before the noun, and also we're going to learn how to do them after the noun. Something new that you haven't learned before. Let's first look at how to do possessives before the noun. So here are our possessives when they are before the noun. We start with my, which is me. It can also be mis. Remember that with possessives, the first part of the word goes to whoever possesses that object or whatever it may be. And then the ending is according to what you are referring. So for example, if I said my book, I would use mi libro. If I said my books, even though there's multiple of me, I'm referring to the books. So it would be mis libros. Okay? For your, in the informal form would be tú or tus. For the formal form of usted would be su or sus. Our would be nuestro. If I'm talking about a seat on silla, I would say nuestra silla. And they would also go with nuestros, nuestras. And then their or your, as in your plural, I'm talking to a group of people, I would say su or sus. Remember, all of these are before the noun. All right. Now let's talk about how to do the possessives when they're after the noun. Yes, I have changed clothes. Yes, it is another day, but that's okay. In English, we have possessives in front of the noun and after the noun. We've already learned how to say, it is my book, and that my is the possessive. Now let's put it behind the noun. That would be, the book is mine. And we have this, and you can look at it in English, that it would be mine. The book is yours. Then we have the book is theirs, it belongs to him or her. The book is ours, and the book is yours. Let's look at that, what it would be in Spanish. So, mine is mío, and you can see that depending on whatever the noun is, it would be mía, míos, or mías, and they all follow that same thing. And then yours would be tuyo, suyo, nuestro, and suyo again. So remember that the very first part of the word, for example, if I'm here looking at our book, it's ours, so it starts with nuest, and depending on whatever the noun is, that's how we know the ending. So if I want to say the book is ours, el libro es nuestro. Even though there's multiple people, it's just one book. The difference between Spanish and in English is that in English, if we have the possessive after the noun, we would have to say the book is mine. But in Spanish, I could honestly just put the possessive that normally goes in front of the noun and behind without having to put is. I know that's confusing. So if I want to say it is my book, I can either say es mi libro, or I can say es el libro mío. So that would actually be using that noun before the possessive, and they're pretty interchangeable. Another thing that I can do is I could say es el mío, and I'm referring to that el as the noun of el libro. I'm just taking the actual libro out, and I'm using mío because that would go behind the noun. So you've basically just learned 3 different ways that you can express the possession of something. So let's do a couple of examples. I want you to try to put 2 different ways that you can write, it is my book. So the first way that you can do that is saying es mi libro, or you could do es el libro mío. Es el libro mío. So this is not referring to saying the book is mine because I don't have an S in between the 2 of those. And it's mío because it's a masculine singular word, even though I'm referring to myself. Now I want you to write, the book is mine. El libro es mío. Knowing this, how do you think I would say it's mine? If someone says, whose book is this? And if you just wanted to say it's mine, how do you think that you say that? Es mío. It's mine. Okay, let's try a couple more examples because I know this can be a little bit confusing. I want you to try, they are my sisters. And I want you to try, the table is ours. Ellas son mis hermanas would be they are my sisters. And then the table is ours. La mesa es nuestra. If you put ellas son las hermanas mías, that also works. One last way that you can use possessions in Spanish is using la preposición de. The formula for that would be the thing possessed plus de plus possessor. So if I wanted to ask, whose book is this? And I wanted to say, it's Miguel's book, I would say, el libro, because it is the thing that is possessed. Es de, I have to put the S because we know in every sentence there has to be a verb. Es de Miguel, because Miguel is the possessor of the book. So make sure that you practice that, write down any questions, and we will go over it soon in class. Adios!